Hello, and thank you for joining us on the red carpet of the 2024 Twin Cities Film Fest presented by Stearns Bank. I am your host of the red carpet tonight, Callie Bliss, and I have with me the creators of one of our films that has a very special heart to it. This is Dick and Judy Winter and their editor. This is a film that is about your son. It's called Camp RicStar. Your son was born with a disability. You found out through a myriad of attempts that he had a real affinity for music. And then through that, you brought him through a series of music therapy classes, and then from that, you created a camp. So tell us what this film is about. Tell us what it is that the audience can expect.
Well, the film is about our son who passed away at age 12 from a diagnosis of cerebral palsy, which he was not born with, but it was a result of a traumatic birth injury. And so we made a decision at that point that we were still going to take our son home and raise him as a regular kid. And that's what we did. But when we went looking for resources, we came up short. So we decided we were going to create some opportunities for him to take part in regular things, like he went to regular preschool. And while he was there, what happened is someone, an actual professional in music, actually discovered he had a gift for music and suggested we put him in music classes, and we wisely followed her advice. And once we did that, everything else happened from there. So when Eric passed away at age 12, we asked ourselves, what would he want us to do to honor his legacy in life, which was very important to us. We knew it would involve music. And because music therapy had been so important to him, we knew we wanted to do three things. We wanted to honor his gift for music and his legacy. We wanted to make sure that others had the opportunities that he had to access music therapy, and we knew that he wanted to go to summer camp and play music all day long, something he never got the opportunity to do. So we did all three of those things, and now his music lives on beautifully.
So this is Luke, your editor of the film.
Lucas, yes.
Lucas, you had how much exposure to the camp before you were brought in as the editor?
So I met Judy some years ago when Judy won something called the Women of Worth Award that L'Oreal Cosmetics, L'Oreal Paris awards to people doing amazing things in the world. And I was hired to edit her story for L'Oreal. And I've never had a project like this before in which telling her story as I'm sitting there at an editing station for a few weeks or a month or so, I could not stop crying, basically.
Agreed. When I watched the film, I was in tears within 10 minutes.
Everybody cries.
And they're interesting tears because they're not tears of just total sadness. They're tears of being moved by her capacity to change the world and make things better for people who are ignored too much. So it opened my it changed my life to be involved with her story. And really, I think that's our hope, is that everyone who gets to spend some time with this disability community that is often overlooked or avoided, the film, we made a choice in editing it to really make the viewer spend time with these campers who are enjoying making music, and so it's infectious. It hopefully will change some minds.
I wanted people to see that these are people first, and it is a rare thing to see people with disabilities actually put center stage, where they get to be seen as humans, not as a disabled something or other. And it was really critical to us that we showcase them as human beings first and foremost, something that is very groundbreaking, and we're extremely proud of that. And I think we did a masterful job in showcasing these families so that people can start out at the end maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable with disability and not being able to look away, and by the end of the film they're cheering on these campers because they're seeing them in all their beauty instead of just as a disability. And that's been one of the greatest powers of the film.
So that was a huge central point to the film, right? Making sure that the campers and who they were as people was a part of the story.
They're the stars.
And as such, we have a couple of our stars that we would love to invite to join us on the red carpet. Come on if we can.
We will see you at the movie.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us your name?
Hi, I'm David.
David, and this is?
I'm Linda St. Amant, David's mom and caregiver.
And you guys were a part of the film as well, yes?
Yeah.
How many years have you been to the camp, David?
About 8.
8 years. And have you, what
Or 9.
or 9. Or maybe a few more. What instruments do you play?
Whatever I can find.
I love it. I love it. And how much does he play at home?
It's his go-to. For some people, they have TV or video games. David's go-to is music. And if he has a moment, that's what he's doing. Picking up his guitar, listening to music, writing lyrics. It's what he does. When David was in his coma, he was in a coma for 3 months. And his good friend would bring music that they played together in their barn band. And so that's been a very big part of his recovery, was getting back to music.
Music is of our souls, yes? Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us today, everyone, the stars of Camp RicStar.